go.
All right, welcome back to Sports Talk in the Man Cave, Week 7 of the NFL. First of all, we had some issues with the Cowboys, but before we get to that, this show is brought to you by Clear Choice. It's your emergency, your choice. Make it Clear Choice, great emergency room. Now, Gilbert was in California this week, and tell us a little bit about what you did out there, man.
I started off with I went to the Dodgers game, Game 5. A very memorable game. But we started off with a tour. We did a tour of the stadium. We got a little background information on the history of the players.
Yeah.
One of the tidbits that I didn't know was that they named them the Dodgers because back in the whenever they started, I forgot the date, but they used to dodge trolleys to get to the games. So that's where they got the name, the Dodgers derived from them dodging those trolleys in order to get the game.
Yeah,
the Dodgers.
That was a nice video you sent.
Yeah,
I liked it.
yeah. So
good.
I did that. I got to do the batting practice. I got to see all that stuff. I got up close and personal to see like all the media and everything. Because like I said, it was Game 5. During the game, if anybody ever gets a chance to go out to see the Dodgers, it's a very electric atmosphere. I mean, there are a lot of Latinos, and like they just really get into the game. It's the rowdiest ballpark I've ever been to. It might not be the best, but it's the rowdiest.
So did you bring them good luck?
It was 4-3 when I was watching the game. I mean, it got but I mean, everybody wants to be the Monday morning quarterback, and they were saying about the manager Roberts, right? That he put in Kershaw. I mean, had it gone right, everybody would be saying he was a genius.
Yeah.
I mean, it was tough, but they're paying him basically $200 million just to pitch in the regular season. I don't know if you guys agree with that or not.
No, I don't know, but
that's what they're paying him, really, because I mean, they can't put him in clutch situations.
Yeah, it's really rough.
After that, I ended up going to the 49er game at the Coliseum, 49ers and Rams. It was supposed to be a home game for the Rams, but it was just flooded by red.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Man, I saw that. I saw that picture. It was red all over.
I thought those were the seats.
Yeah, no, and it's a pretty good rivalry. I mean, they're going back and forth. I mean, I was blessed. I was on the 50-yard line, so like I'm watching from everything from within and then to the up, and and they're pretty rowdy fans and everything. But it just seems like if the Rams are not like respected there, and I've heard this before, it's a Laker town, USC. And that's really kind of like the chain, and then everything else, maybe UCLA. But the Rams are not really like highly touted over there, and neither, of course.
How does the stadium compare to the AT&T stadium?
Well, there's more history, of course, than AT&T because it's like a lot of great games have gone there. The USC battles back in the day, and the Raiders used to play there. A lot of teams have played there, and it's just very historic. You see, you're looking at the field and you just see a lot of familiar, titles there that they have, like of all the greats and everything like that. So it's a little bit, but like not really. But it's just very old. It's old, like the gladiators, That's how it really is. And those stairs, I mean, I was telling you guys off camera, those stairs are really tough to get on, where you go all the way down. There's this large tunnel, and then you're walking all the way down. And then by the time you get back up, you don't want to go back down anymore.
You're stuck.
Yeah. You have the seats in the fifth row. You're sitting up there.
Yeah, that's it.
That's tough.
So it was memorable. It was a good experience.
I wonder if that's why the Rams left in the first place, back when they left to go to St. Louis.
I think so. Yeah, the support is not really there from what I saw. And this is coming from a team that just went to the Super Bowl last year.
Amazing. But it seemed like a fun trip.
Yeah.
And while you were having fun, we were watching the Cowboys, and we were not having fun.
No.
So it was rough. What did you see on
that?
that?
This week just proved my point, in my opinion. We didn't see anything from him really. We played another trash team, 0-4 team, and we can't find a way to win.
And I disagree with that again. Did you see how many times he got knocked down? How many times he got hit? How many times he threw with people in his face? We have to fix that offensive line. If you're trying to blame the quarterback for not making throws when you're being harassed like that, it's just wrong.
But
it's just wrong.
But I don't think there was any particular pass that he threw with the receiver in stride. Everything was behind the receiver. I can't remember
You're starting to notice it now.
Opportunity where
I think your
the receiver could not, had to turn around, had to stop, had to do something. And if he would just throw it on in stride, they would get yards.
And did you see how many times he had to dodge people, throw
Now
over
you can make all
shoulders,
the
throw?
excuses you want.
It doesn't. No, they're not. They're not
They're
excuses.
excuses.
No,
Ultimately,
it happened.
did he get
It
the job
happened.
done?
Well,
Why? Okay, give me
no,
excuses.
it wasn't him. It's a team effort, and that offensive line cannot get it done without those two tackles.
You cannot get it done with an average quarterback.
They cannot. No.
Yeah,
and
sadly,
cannot-
I mean, it seems sadly is that this team, the way it's built, is that we cannot overcome injuries. If somebody's out, we cannot compromise because our coaching staff already has us behind the 8 ball. You know, like so we can't even make up for players being injured.
And we were just talking about that right before this, that every other team could have injuries, and they have a backup that could do a very decent job.
Yeah.
And we don't have a backup. One of our tackles is a second-year guy that came in.
Look,
Can't do anything.
bottom line, Sam Darnold outplayed Dak Prescott. With a worse team around him, even if we did have backups in there, he has a worse defense on his side. He's going up against a tougher
Well,
defense.
that defense played so much better than our defense.
Well, I wonder because they're going up against average quarterback.
How many times did he get sacked? Once?
Well, the Jets.
Once? How many times
Dak
did he get
made
hit?
no
Once?
plays.
Once?
Dak made no
but
plays.
Any NFL quarterback, given the time, is going to be able to put the ball there. If you don't give him the time,
And a $40 million quarterback is going to get the job done no matter what.
Well, who's a
Tom
$40 million
Brady.
Who's a $40 million quarterback?
Nobody.
Exactly.
So why does he deserve it then?
But no, not 40. I'll give him 30.
I said I'll give him
give him
32.
30.
He's a middle of the pack
I'll give him
quarterback.
30.
He's 7
No.
through 11, even 13. You can mix them around. Those quarterbacks all can take you
He
to the
won't
space.
fall from 8.
Everybody, and that's that Drew Brees and Ben Roethlisberger aren't even there. Okay.
Ben Roethlisberger wasn't playing good, even though, like, you know, he had some really horrible games before he got hurt. Anyways,
Yeah.
I think he was already in decline. But I mean, like, yeah, I mean, if you do stack up the quarterbacks, I mean, he's top 8, top 10, arguably out of 32 teams.
And what do you think
Now,
about?
But
how-
at
what do
the
you- what do you
same
think-
time,
Gardner
I mean,
Minshew's been playing better.
okay,
than
but
him.
at the same time, I think that we all know. Let's say that let's say he walks. You know what? They have a contract dispute, and he walks. Somebody's gonna make him the highest paid. I'm sorry, but that's how it is.
Yeah.
You know, that's the
I
market,
doubt
and
that.
somebody will make him the highest
I
paid.
doubt
If
that.
they gave Kirk Cousins the highest paid at one time,
I think
they're
everybody
gonna-
realized that was a
they'll give it
mistake.
I understand that, but it'll continue because
No.
that trend will continue because the quarterback is the most important position, and it's in demand.
Now Dak can make a bad team better. He can, but he can make a good team worse also, and I think that's what he's doing here at this point.
No, how can you call it a good team when you're getting hit every time you drop back?
You're
should be
exactly
You
winning.
cannot know.
He's
No.
not getting
They
hit.
should be winning.
He's only
Yeah.
been sacked 7 times this year. He's not even at the
He
top
was
of that.
hit more than that this week.
He was not sacked. He's been sacked
No,
7
he's
times.
getting rid of the ball.
He's
getting rid of the ball.
He should have won these games.
Did you watch the
He
Packers
should've won.
game last
I
night?
don't think so.
Did you watch the Packers game last night?
No, I watched part.
Well, this guy Aaron Rodgers, without his top receiver already, his second best receiver.
And don't
got
even bring
injured.
that up because they should have lost if it weren't for the refs.
That's another excuse. You want to keep?
That's an excuse?
People get the job done or they don't get the job done.
Well,
People get the
the
job done.
refs got it done for him again.
People
Like
get
we
the
just
job
said
done or
last
they
time.
don't get it done.
The refs got it done for him again.
Okay, he did it without his
No.
top receiver. The second best, you take out the third best receiver also was out, and he still got it done. He started throwing to this guy number 13. I bet you didn't even know his first name.
And it doesn't matter. You get your hand up, all of a sudden it's a penalty. I mean, it's
You could give
terrible.
excuses all day. Ultimately, one guy gets the job done, one doesn't. Give
Yeah.
excuses.
I mean,
Well, and if
Well-
you have help from the refs, yes, it's easier to get it done. Yes.
I'm gonna disagree with Rodgers getting the job done that game. I don't think he got the job done.
He threw those passes.
the
He
running
threw that
game has
touchdown
been
pass.
really good this year,
I think
and the defense also. The running game, and the defense, he's
I
done
think-
well.
And that's
think they
the
should've
thing.
lost
The
that
Cowboy
touchdown.
line
Did
can
You
do
see that
open
touchdown
holes.
pass?
yeah, I saw a touchdown pass
Right in his hand.
right in his hands.
Over
Yeah.
the defender. The defender was right here.
Yeah, but they should have lost that game. I mean, they really should have lost that game. And I'm not gonna say that he got it done. The game was won, but not by Rodgers. I mean,
He
he's
drove
good.
him down.
He's good.
He had
I
the
mean,
passing
look,
yards, but
that
he still
second penalty
was
there
like
might
19
be-
for 37 or something like that.
There might be 2 quarterbacks in the whole NFL that maybe might be able to take a team to the Super Bowl without a running game and without a defense. Maybe 2.
Bridgewater
quarterbacks.
and who else? I'm just kidding.
Look, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Sam Darnold played better than him. Teddy Bridgewater has been playing better than him.
Yes.
Gardner
okay,
Minshew
okay,
has
but-
been playing
okay,
better than Dak.
But
Let's
the-
be honest.
Okay, but the Saints have not allowed anybody to score.
Listen,
So
we're
you're
talking
saying
about
if you score 13
quarterbacks.
points and you're gonna win the
We're
game.
talking about quarterbacks.
You know?
We're talking about quarterbacks
And
outplaying the other one.
it's not saying the same thing for every quarterback. If the quarterback is not getting hit, is not getting rushed, they're gonna kill you. They're gonna kill you. And if
So
And
it's not
they're,
so that
they're also
it's-
getting more opportunities to be there because they're shutting down. They're going 3 and outs on the opposing offense.
Well,
Yeah.
So that helps
Dak
also-
Prescott has more attempts
he
than
gets
them.
the
No,
ball
Dak
on
Prescott has a
first
lot
down,
more
gets
attempts.
2 yards. You're already
So
behind
now
the
you're
ball.
blaming the running game?
I said it
Well,
last
no,
time, and I'm
well,
saying it
the
this
running
time.
game
I'm
hasn't
saying
gone
it's
too
the
far
whole.
either.
I'm
They have
saying
not
it's
been
a
too far
team.
either.
Yeah.
And you cannot say, oh, they're stacking the line because they're not.
Now,
You can't say that yet Sam Darnold had more talent on his team than we had on our team.
It's because a lot of
And
a lot
he's
of-
not- and
it's 'cause
Dak
a lot-
Prescott's
it's 'cause
not getting
Carlos,
the
a lot of
job
these
done.
Well, our
players,
guys couldn't
we
get
don't
to
know
him. They
who a lot of
couldn't
these
rush him.
players are, but the Jets primarily they're picking top 5 every year. We just don't know who they are because
Right.
we're Cowboy fans.
Because they're 0-4.
You know? No, but I understand that. But they do have talent. They are picking
They're
top 10 every year.
0-4 They're an 0-4 team. At the bottom line, they're an 0-4 team.
And they had their quarterback out, the number 1 pick. Oh, was number 3 pick in the whole draft?
Yeah, 3
I
or
mean,
5.
he's
Yeah,
got talent.
okay, so he
I don't
outplayed
deny.
Dak.
I don't deny he's
He
got
outplayed
talent.
Dak.
I didn't watch the game, but
Look,
I
look,
take your word for it.
He outplayed Dak.
outplayed Dak.
He
Yeah.
made some good throws.
Yeah.
His throws were better.
And,
His throws were better.
and yes, you have the time that you're gonna put the throws where they should go. If you're being rushed and you have people in your face,
There
we should-
was
we should-
no. There was
Yes,
some throws.
no.
Listen, there was some throws where he was not rushing around. I looked at you and you said that was a bad throw. We were watching the game.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
one.
No. There was a few where they didn't rush him out, and I looked at you like,
But I mean,
I didn't say
I
anything.
think that's everybody. You turn on the TV and you're like, I can like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I saw a bunch of them.
Yeah,
Goff,
yeah, yeah,
Goff
yeah.
didn't even.
This-
Goff
this-
was the number
this-
1 pick in the draft.
Yeah.
He didn't
Now,
even throw for
dude,
100 yards.
dude.
He threw for 74 yards that game.
This
now
was-
nobody's
this-
ranking Goff above Dak right now.
This-
Goff is not even on the top.
but I'm saying is that like from the number 1 pick last year, everybody had to be before him.
Look, we're talking about: are you a good quarterback? Are you an average quarterback? Are you
If
are you
the
bad?
line-
There's not too
if
many
the
good
line doesn't
quarterbacks.
protect
You
him-
keep making an
if-
argument that there's
no.
a whole lot of average quarterbacks. That's the argument you're making.
Well, no, I'm not making that. I'm just
Yes,
saying.
you're
that
saying, well, there's
how
none
can
of
there
them
be
are
an
that
average
good.
quarterback if there's 32 NFL teams and you're ranked on 8th?
Is he good? Is he playing good?
But are you? Is the 8th?
No,
you
there's
haven't ranked either or
good.
not?
There's average.
You haven't ranked either or not.
No. We're not talking about average in numbers. You have to land somewhere
That's
there.
what
You
that's what
have to
were
land
saying,
somewhere
the numbers.
there.
You were saying numbers. now
I'm
you're
saying based off numbers,
Okay,
he
QBR,
looks good.
QBR, that's a quarterback number.
Okay, let's go based off
Number
numbers
one,
off the last 2
career.
games.
So
Let's
there's
go
no
based off the
scope.
last
That's
4
a small
games.
sample size.
Well,
Let's go off his
That's a small-
career.
Career's number 1. No, I'm sorry, number 3.
No, he's not.
He's number 3.
We're not talking about QBR.
He's number 3.
Not QBR.
That's the so
That's the
those,
most-
those numbers don't work for you.
That's the most misconstrued.
Those numbers don't work
stat.
for you then?
QBR?
Yeah, those numbers
No,
don't work
look
for
at
you.
his stats.
Only the numbers you want.
66% completion rate. His
That's what-
7.6 yards per average.
Okay,
yards
where
per
does he
pass.
rank? Where is he ranking?
He's
Top-
in the
top-
middle. He's not in the top.
He's a top 8 quarterback.
His career, no. This year he's top 8.
He's-
Stats wise.
That-
Last
that's-
4 games, I guarantee
Okay,
he's not
but
top
you-
8.
but you
Against the
yourself
Miami
ranked
Dolphins,
him
59%.
stats or no stats, you ranked him number
59%.
Did you
No,
not?
stats. I said based off numbers, he's number 8.
No, but then you said, yeah, but you said you had him ranked number 8 on your.
Based off numbers.
You said they
Because
can
I did the
switch
numbers
around.
today.
No, but you also said you can switch him around. So
I
they're not
said
based on
11.
numbers.
I said 11 through.
Okay, so is that
7.
opinion based or is that numbers based?
That's opinion based.
Okay, so your opinion is you had him at 8.
They're all the same right there. It's
I
my
understand that,
word.
but there's 32 teams. guys.
There's 7 dudes that are good.
There's 32 teams. Okay, so that everybody else like
That's
So-
two
okay,
of those guys.
based on the
two
NFL,
of
he's
those
not
guys
average.
are backups.
Who are
Based on
the
the
two
NFL, it's not
guys?
average.
Who are the 2 guys that can get you to the Super Bowl?
Who are the?
Well, it's not Brady anymore. Not Brady anymore. I'm sorry, but it's not
Yeah,
Brady
it's
anymore.
not Brady,
It's,
no.
it's I think it's Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I mean, off the top of my head, I can't really think of anybody else.
And
Russell
even
Wilson?
that.
But even
that-
Russell Wilson had the number 1 ground game last year, and Dak beat him. Dak beat him, and he played better than he did. Do you all agree with that?
Yeah. No, I think that Dak has
Over there.
had good games, man. Like, he's had good games. He started the season good.
Yeah.
The first 3 games
And if
were
our
awesome.
backups don't get
But-
there,
But
and
the last 2 games, he's gone backwards.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with
The
you.
last 2
I don't
games,
disagree with you, but
it's
like,
been,
there's
listen,
intangibles
the
and
Miami
variables that
Dolphins,
come into it.
he threw 59%.
Yeah, that first half was awful.
He threw 59%. That New Orleans game, his stats were padded with that terrible performance.
Yeah,
He had like, what, 400 yards or something? But that was a terrible performance. We gotta admit.
yeah. So
and I agree with Gilbert with that. There's variables, and the offensive line cannot perform. And you have to take that into consideration. If you just want to take the quarterback into consideration and put nobody in front of
I
him,
think we were all
that's
guilty
wrong.
of anointing. I think we were all guilty of anointing the offensive coordinator in the beginning. You know, we praised them. You know, when we're saying always that's the next coming of North Turner, and he hasn't. He was not even using Tony Pollard.
Well, this game, the
You
play
know?
call was a little better, but we couldn't get anything going.
Right.
I mean, they couldn't get anything going. You try to run the
Yes,
ball
but
first
New,
down,
but New
getting hit
England,
at the line
New
and
England
forcing
loses
for 2 yards.
New England loses a tackle, and they have the two tight ends set. You know you know what the coaches know how to put their players in position to succeed.
Now,
And
even
we still
even
don't.
as bad,
Yeah,
even as bad,
yeah, I've seen that.
even
yes.
as bad as he was playing, and I mean, I still have confidence that he's going to bring it and get close at the end. I have confidence that he can move the ball, he can run the ball, he can get first downs, and he can score, and that's good. That's a good thing, but it's not getting us the games, you know. So he's going to have to get better. He needs to get. The team has to get better.
Right,
The defense has to get better.
Yep.
And if they don't get better, it's not going to matter.
I mean,
how
a team
Dak
like this
does.
is running the ball on first down, getting 5-6 yards on us on first down all the time,
Yeah.
and we're supposed to have the best running offense.
Yeah, the defense has to get better.
And then we get 2 yards, 1 yard, 2 yards.
Yeah, the defense has to get better, man. The defense
The defense is
failed.
terrible.
The first half was awful.
And they're hurt again. And they lost another one. They lost Crawford this time,
Yeah.
hip injury.
So it may not matter how Dak does if the defense doesn't get better. So the defense has to really, really improve.
And who has the long? I mean, I think Jason Garrett has the longest leash as a coach of anybody in the history. I mean, what has he done that he's still there?
Well,
I don't
you know,
understand. And like I said,
I don't know.
he doesn't do anything that that can put us over the edge. We mess up players. The coaches, they make adjustments, and they put their players in place to succeed. And year in and year out, he does it, and we're the laughing stock of the NFL because we have a puppet.
And then we have a tight end that could run good routes, and the pass doesn't go to him. We call something else.
Wait.
I
Who
mean-
decides where the pass goes?
Well, it should be Dak.
Exactly.
Or the play call, depending.
Dad,
he
I
could
guarantee
change
you, they don't tell him you're throwing to this guy in this play.
No,
I
no,
guarantee you,
but
they don't tell him that.
there's the way
Well,
you
there's a
look off.
there's
I look at
primary
one, I look at
progression.
two, I look at three. Do I
Progression.
have time to look at 1, 2, and 3? No.
So if then that's Dak's fault.
So
If
yeah,
they're
I
the-
throw it too.
If the tight end's the one that they always throw to and he's not getting
I
the
saw,
ball.
I saw the very last play. I mean, they blitzed. They didn't even pick up the blitz.
They didn't pick up the blitz, but that pass could have been a little
You know, I
higher.
understand that, but the guy was right there. He came
No,
right there.
you
No,
know,
I
they
understand that.
intercepted
No, no,
the
no.
intercepted,
Yes,
give him a
yes.
chance
First
to
things
catch
first.
the ball.
I understand.
First things
Yes.
first, before the play started, did anybody else see the blitz coming?
Well, yeah, it was
Yeah.
gonna come, man.
Everybody knew the
Yeah.
blitz was coming?
Yeah, but they
Because
didn't
it
pick
seemed
it up.
like Dak was on his back foot, like he didn't know it was coming.
I thought they just didn't pick it up. You know,
Did you see him trying to scramble at all? He just threw the ball to the...
And I've seen you throw worse passes.
I don't think he would have had
on
any
the
time to
street
scramble.
when we have to count
No.
1,001,
Okay.
1,002, 1,003.
You
and
see the
still
blitz
throw
coming?
the ball.
You gotta be ready to run. You see the blitz coming? Okay, let me at least get set. Did you see how he was standing? He was like this. Back foot, on his heels. He was just gonna throw the ball right there. No attempt to even run. He saw the blitz. Everybody saw the blitz coming.
You knew they were gonna come hard. I mean,
And
they
he
were
was
gonna
on
come
his
hard.
back foot, not even ready to run
Well,
anywhere.
it's because sometimes they
So that's-
like they could like in that situation sometimes they drop back because like I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you could have
I
predicted.
don't know. That was a bad play, dude.
Yeah.
That was a bad play. Anyway, okay, we're all disappointed, and the Cowboys lost.
Yeah.
And so now they're 3-3, and they have to beat Philadelphia next week.
They have to beat
They
Philadelphia.
have to win. They
and-
win that
and-
game, they're back on track. It doesn't matter what
If-
happened in the past. So.
And
Those
I don't
are-
want to make a choice on that game because I'm going to go with Philadelphia if we do not get any of those tackles back because I don't have confidence that in 1 week the 2 guys that are in there are going to do anything.
Cowboys are gonna win, man. That's all I
I
got
don't
to
know.
say. All
I don't
right.
know.
So now, so talking about Aaron Rodgers and that he won the game. The refs won that game. The refs have been terrible this year. I mean, just look at the Cowboy games by themselves. They've been terrible.
Terrible.
Terrible. They've lost a few games, I think, for the Cowboys. Now,
Well, a couple.
a couple. Well, there's only a few to lose
Yeah.
right now, right? It's like,
Uh-huh.
yeah. So anyway, what about those calls against Detroit, man? Detroit must feel bad. They played a great game. I think their quarterback played great.
I don't blame them for speaking out in the media or wherever they want to speak out. And if they fine them for that, that's terrible too. Because the way those calls,
They're awful.
I thought the
They
first
lose
one could have
games.
been a mistake. And then once that second one happened, I thought something's up right here. Like,
Something's up.
I think ever since that NBA
Yeah.
thing, I think something's going on with the
Doherty.
betting.
Yeah.
But then we're putting a
That's
team in Las
something big.
Vegas, right?
yeah, well,
Yeah.
Carlos
I
was
mean, that
one of the first things Carlos said was what?
That they're probably betting.
know that you should investigate them.
They should.
yeah.
Well, because there's probably some betting going on. And then, of course, you sent a text earlier today of possible rumor of.
That somebody placed a $185,000 bet on the Packers money line,
Anyway, and that they
and
bet.
that they've bet on other games ref by that same crew. So that sounds
yeah.
fishy right
So
there.
maybe they have to start breaking up the crews.
Oh yeah, well yeah. I mean, I
Mix
think
and
it's-
matching,
I think
so
it's
that they don't
obvious.
trust each other. Hell,
I think
Yeah.
it's obvious if you break it down, and if it's that crew and they break it down, you're gonna see some calls that are just blatant, blatantly wrong. So you'll find out.
or do you spread the problem around the league if you put them in different crews?
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
you make a call. Hey, you got this game.
I don't know, but they're talking about sky cams now that will make the calls for you instead of the refs, which would be nice. That would be a nice change to see next year.
But imagine how much holding they would call. And
Well,
there's-
I think what they have to do is do away with a lot of the holding calls.
Yeah,
because the holding breaks down every drive.
Oh yeah,
And they can
it's
call
hard to
it-
decipher.
Hey,
They
no,
can call
That's one way they change the game,
They can
because
decipher
it
that,
shouldn't
yeah.
be holding if you have your hands within the shoulder
Right.
pads, and they're still calling it.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
mean-
it should be something obvious, like, oh, he's getting around me, I'm going to tackle him, hold him.
Yes,
There you go.
okay.
That's a
Exactly.
hold.
Yeah,
But
if they
this,
take-
oh, I'm trying to get away and I can't, and that's a hold. Come on.
And how about the consistency? We've seen plays where there's a defender on the ground, and he grabs the quarterback from the legs to tackle him.
Yeah.
Flag.
Yeah.
I just saw a couple of games that same thing happened,
Yeah.
and no flag. I agree with the no flag, but be consistent.
Right.
Yeah, the integrity of the game is being questioned. I mean, they need to go all out in an investigation because that's just going to lose a lot of fans, just like boxing.
Right. Yeah.
well,
They do.
yeah, they definitely need to investigate that stuff because that last night especially just made it like stand out. Especially that second call, it pretty much ended the game. That second call ended the game. Not that it wasn't going to end in the Packers' victory, but that pretty much sealed it.
Well, the refs are calling calls that can't be challenged. So they're calling these calls. They can't challenge that call.
They change the momentum of the game. They change the
Yeah.
outcome of the game. Dallas has a perfect pass. They make a first down, call it back.
What if they make
I mean,
every
in the
penalty
key-
challengeable?
They
Well-
should make everything challengeable.
Every penalty.
They should have somebody
And you
up
have to
there
challenge
making the calls right away. I mean, it shouldn't
Well,
be.
I
putting
think
game
the
in.
rules have to get easier. They have to get, because they have to do away with a lot of these calls that are going on.
I kind of feel bad for the defenders right now. They don't know how to hit people anymore. Like,
Yeah.
can they hit them like this? Can they hit them like that?
And when you're going for the quarterback and you're leaning down, I mean, you're gonna hit them from here down. I mean,
Yeah,
that's all
exactly.
there is to it. I mean,
unless you want for them to take time, stand up, and tackle them. No,
or
you can't.
they
They're not
should
gonna
just
do
put
that.
flags on him and just take it off and it's done. Because what's left to do?
I think that body weight rule is also ridiculous. You can't land on top of it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
control
ridiculous.
myself.
Yeah, you
Well,
can't.
well-
Sometimes you can.
Well, the players were using that
Oh yeah.
to hurt the quarterbacks.
Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
I mean-
and the running backs. They would boom and just fall with all their weight on top of them.
Quarterbacks need
you
to get in
know.
the weight room.
But yeah, they're not 350
Oh,
pounds.
dude, I don't know. I don't know.
And, we're ready to do the picks.
Yeah, let's get some picks done. I know we agree on a few of them, and let's go through the ones that we agree. We do agree with Kansas City over Denver. We do agree with the I think it's the Rams or the Raiders, man. I know LA. Who's playing Atlanta?
Right.
The
Rams.
Rams over Atlanta. We agree on Buffalo over Miami. We agree on Jacksonville over Cincinnati. We're going to agree on San Francisco over Washington. And we're going to agree on New England beating the awesome Jets that just played a fantastic game against the Cowboys. And let's go ahead and hit the ones that we don't agree on. Okay, this is a good one, man. Actually, Minnesota at Detroit.
That's going to be a really good game also.
Man, that's a
I
rough
like-
one.
I like
I mean,
That's
Minnesota.
gonna be a hard
Did-
game.
I like
Detroit-
Minnesota to keep on with the momentum with that game. So.
And I think that Minnesota can score. They
Okay,
Could be
wait a
wrong.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Last
tough
week.
I think for Detroit to recover from these calls and just like the.
I know, right?
the-
And
I mean, they got the game stolen on the road, so.
You don't think refs might actually kind of help them out this game?
no.
That's a
I
good
chose
one.
that, right?
Let's see. You chose Detroit.
I think that's why
Yeah,
That's
you
what's gonna
chose
happen.
Detroit, and I think
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna go
take-
with Detroit also.
Damn, I'm gonna go with Minnesota.
Minnesota, and I'm taking Detroit.
2-2.
Man, okay, that's a hard one. I mean, I like Minnesota better, but Detroit played an awesome game, man. I think, and that division's gonna get close. I think the Packers are gonna start losing some games, and it's gonna really get tight. I think. I don't know.
Unless the Packers are being helped out.
Well, and then the next game is the Packers here. Oakland at Green Bay. What do you guys think?
The Green Bay's the pack is rolling. I'm gonna stick with them.
I'm going with Green
Packers
Bay.
rolling. Green Bay. And I am going with Oakland.
Down.
Oakland for me.
It's not a bad pick. You know, Green Bay didn't look impressive.
Yeah, so I think Oakland has a chance.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, not
Well, the way
not
this
much of a
season's
chance,
going,
but some
everybody's having a chance.
Yeah.
Every game's been.
Except for Washington
I mean,
and Miami.
Yeah, if the game was only 59 minutes, it'd be different winners every game. Man. Indianapolis, Houston at Indianapolis. Oh,
That's a good one. They're both hot.
man, that's
I
gonna
like
be good.
Indianapolis at home. I think their run game is gonna keep Watson off the field, just
So-
like he did Mahomes.
Chose Indianapolis too.
Tyler?
Yes, sir.
Oh, we agree on that one too. Wow. Indianapolis. Okay, we all went with Indianapolis. Do we just not like Houston?
Probably.
Because they're pretty good.
We like
man.
that.
They're pretty good.
Gee.
They're pretty good, but
They are good, man. Okay, Arizona at the Giants. Ay,
I'm gonna take the Giants.
you gonna take the Giants?
I just think they have maybe a better overall team.
I'm taking the Giants too.
Okay, you're taking the Giants. I'm taking Arizona.
They're pretty much even.
Yeah.
Arizona came through for me last week. They better come through again, man.
I heard Saquon might be back. I'm trying to convince you.
oh, well, if Saquon's back, yeah, I'll take the Giants
Okay.
here.
Might be.
All right. So then we have, not good. It's going to be the Chargers against Tennessee, at Tennessee.
Tennessee's stumbling. Tennessee's stumbling their way. They can't score. After that first game, what is it? Their top score was 17, and then they scored 0 and 3.
Wait, somebody here said that they were never going to pick Tennessee again, right? Who'd you pick, Carlos, this week?
I picked Tennessee.
Oh.
Let's go.
I'm
I
going
don't
against
see how
Tennessee.
you
I'm
do
taking the
that,
Chargers. The Chargers,
Chargers.
like I say, they're both stumbling, but it,
Yeah, I'm taking the Chargers as well.
Yeah, we're all going with the Chargers except Mr.
I'm
I'm not
taking
taking
Tennessee.
Tennessee. All right. Next game, New Orleans at Chicago. Ooh, good game,
I'm
man.
taking Chicago. Upset.
Really?
That's my money line pick.
I took Chicago too, right?
Yep, you picked
I took
Chicago.
Chicago.
Chale?
Chicago doesn't score very much, but I don't have too much confidence in the Saints either. So
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a low
I'm taking
scoring
the
game.
Saints. I'm going to take the
Take
Saints.
the under in that one, guys.
I'm taking.
Take the under.
I'm taking
I'll
New
pick that one as the low scoring game.
Okay, New Orleans. I'm picking New Orleans also. I don't know why. Their
I'm
defense
taking
is
New
pretty
Orleans.
good, I guess. You know.
Both are dominating defenses.
Yeah, they're good. Okay, next game. Baltimore at Seattle. Ooh, I know who I'm going with.
I'm taking Seattle.
Yeah, you're taking Seattle.
I'm taking Baltimore.
I'm taking Baltimore too.
Yeah, me too.
I'm taking Baltimore.
It's just because,
But that little quarterback's pretty good.
you know, Seattle's falling behind
Seattle
early.
doesn't really impress me that much.
They've been falling behind early,
Yeah.
and they've been pulling and getting some of these games
Yeah.
back.
Some Russell Wilson magic.
Oh.
He got
okay.
sacked 7 times last
Yeah,
week, right?
Yeah.
Right? He got sacked 7 times last week.
Did they win? What? How do you win when they got sacked 7 times? They're not blocking for him. What the hell?
But he actually
How did he win?
They have a running game.
What?
Oh, they have a running game.
Did they? Because they were running back.
Yeah,
Didn't do
'cause
much
they have
because
a
I had
running
him on
game.
fantasy.
Okay.
He didn't do much.
So this next game, Philadelphia at Dallas.
People are gonna be disappointed in me.
I'm already disappointed in you.
I chose Philly.
Philadelphia, okay.
I'm gonna take Cowboys just because my heart's there.
Yeah,
There you go.
I have a very, very difficult time. But if we do not get those tackles back, we're not going to do anything. Our defense doesn't seem to be pressuring the quarterback enough. Every once in a while, will have a sack or a rush or something. But I have to take Philadelphia.
Cowboys are America's team, man. You guys
Yeah.
start going with the Cowboys. Come on. You're going with Philadelphia?
Yes.
Loser.
Philadelphia.
Loser.
Well, I'd rather them win and me lose that
Yeah.
pick.
Yeah, just pick them.
No.
Just pick them.
I guess
Come on, pick
me and
them.
Dave they're gonna get the points, right, Dave?
Yeah, that's right, baby. Right there.
I
Yeah.
think I remember saying that last week when we chose the San Francisco game, right?
Man,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I want to ask you, man. You saw golf and you saw Jimmy G, right? And
Yeah.
what'd you think of the quarterbacks, man?
I mean, they both they had those easy missed ones also. A bunch of those passes that were behind them and stuff. I think the 49ers defense is impressive, and their running game is impressive. And they're just like, the time of possession, and they're just giving those guys 3 and outs. I mean, Goff threw for 74 yards. I mean, the whole entire game,
That's not
74
bad.
yards.
That's-
I mean, I haven't seen that in a long time.
Well, that's almost 20 yards a quarter. That's not bad.
Okay, so who's next? Was that
That's
it?
it, man. We picked all the
We
games.
picked everybody.
It's let's see how the refs do this week, man. What ref crew is gonna mess up more?
And it's key situations. It's key situations where one team's starting to get it going and
They're momentum killer drives that.
Well, guys, we've been picking these games, and we think we're picking well, but I think I only got 7 right. You got 6 right. You both got 8
We
right.
got 8 right, and that's probably the lowest count that we've gotten, right?
No, I had 6 on.
When I was catching
You
up.
see,
to
but
them.
in our pick'em league, that 8 games was not bad. Like there was a few people.
Yeah,
at 9.
yeah.
So we're
Well,
up
it's
there.
the type of games, like you're saying, they're very difficult to pick.
There's about 3 games that I could have won easily this time.
And most people usually split the games. So like we'll pick a lot different games, but we'll split them.
Yeah.
So we'll have 8 and 8.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
tried to make a little push to get to the top, and I stayed the same.
Yeah.
I stayed the same. God was made different picks, and how it says we split them.
Consistency, man. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next week, and hopefully with a Dallas Cowboy victory. Take care, guys.
Gilbert will be traveling to
Living room.
to my living room.